What's good, beautiful people? Happy Monday. The day before this glorious new moon in Scorpio that is also an eclipse as well. If you don't know, now you know. My name is Conjure Sista, and welcome back to Stars Align Majic. I am back from going home to lay my auntie to rest. And it's so funny, the same car, I'm just sitting outside and I'm just shuffling cards, and I just wanted to pop in and kind of give you some of my downloads in regards to this new moon, and as well as some of the downloads I've been kind of receiving for this Mars retrograde and all that, all that good stuff. I may pull cards, I may not, I don't know, but I just wanted to kind of pop in here and kind of just share some of my downloads and some of the things I've been seeing, and it's just been coming to me as I, just been questioning and just trying to get understanding for these energies that are taking place. And it's a lot of great energies that are taking place. So we're sitting outside in my backyard. So let's go ahead and just talk a little bit about these downloads. But I do have my cards out here with me just in case I feel called to pull them. I'm in my feelings a little bit because I was trying to, self-medicate a little bit. But she doesn't want to smoke. She doesn't want me to smoke her right now. And I understand. I listen to Spirit when Spirit tell me to take a little break. So I'm going to take a little break and just kind of just vibe with y'all for a moment. I was starting to do this as a live, but it's Monday and everybody might be at work or may not. I don't know y'all lives, but I know for me personally, I work from home. So yeah. So these downloads that I was receiving, you don't mind me putting my foot up here with you, do you? So some of the downloads that I was receiving in regards to this here new moon in Scorpio. Ooh, look at that beautiful hawk. New moon in Scorpio, and this also has to do with the eclipse on tomorrow. It's taking place tomorrow, the 25th of October. So happy birthday, Scorpios. Happy birthday. And as well as Mars retrograde taking place next Monday on the 30th. Even though we're already in pre-shadow phase. But the things that I kind of been seeing with this here energy is divine feminine energy and divine masculine energy. And a couple of things that came with that was just kind of like dope and beautiful within itself, and which is why you see the thumbnail and why it's titled the way it's titled, is because now I'm speaking in regards to myself. Like these downloads I receive is mainly to myself, and as well as Spirit let me know that it relates to those other and that's in the collective that kind of are in the same energy with myself or just with themselves in general. So the time for healing portion that I titled this video has to do with the masculine energy, and it's just owning the masculine energy within yourself. The masculine energy within ourselves are very tired, worn out, and it's like, I need a break. I want to heal too. Whereas the divine feminine, she has done all her healing, and she has been cultivating different projects, and now it's time for like the momentum of that energy is picking up to where you're about to start achieving your goals. Where you going? I'm down here outside. You came out here down here. You didn't come out here up there. Talking about black girl, my sister's dog. She went upstairs. I don't know if y'all seen her, but I seen her in the camera. But let's talk about the divine masculine. And I'm saying that because I'm talking about the divine masculine within myself. My divine masculine within myself does not know how to sit still. It's always on the go, always on the move. See, me growing up, my family always moved a lot. And so, being that we moved a lot, we had to pitch in and we had to move, whether we were carrying boxes or helping with furniture. Is something within my divine masculine of myself is where always constantly on the go. And so, and I notice, like, for me, if my father is not around or my brother is not around, I instantly become they niggas. And I'm saying they in regards to my sister and my mother, because my masculine energy is just, it's just that, like, instantly just steps in and have to be the men when my brother and my father are not around. And it's like, I've always been saying it for years. I'm not y'all niggas. I'm not y'all niggas. Like, y'all need to pull y'all weight. Y'all need to pull y'all weight. Like, I'm not the one to be either it's driving for y'all, going to go get stuff, picking up stuff, carrying stuff. It's like, I'm not your man, I'm your sister, and I'm your daughter. But that's just have always been little pieces of my masculine energy within myself. And so I've been saying it for years, I'm not, but I never did make a change until I came into, full union with myself and recognizing that, yo, you have done a lot and I appreciate you, and you're tired, and it's time for you to truly rest, and it's time for you to really truly heal, so that way we can be one with ourselves. And I'm saying we is because I'm talking to my divine feminine and I'm talking to my divine masculine. I'm talking to myself, my inner child, my shadow. I'm talking to all the things that are within me, and how spirit is just showing me the things that I have done over my life, and how my divine masculine self has not been properly taken care of. Neither has my divine feminine, but it's like my divine feminine, like, I'm coming into union with that energy first. And so it's like I came into union with her first, and now it's like my divine masculine is ready to come home and come into union too. And the moment that I knew that was possible, because for a month my whole right side has been hurting me, and it started with my right shoulder. Like, normal things that I could do with my left, like if I was to do that, I couldn't do that with my right, and I'm not going to do it with my right, because now I have finally been able to my shoulder has popped, and it's like, now it's just like, it's not aching with pain, it's not feeling stiff, but it's still in pain. So I'm not going to mess with it. I'm just letting her rest. But and then my right knee, my right ankle, like my whole right, there's something on my right side has something for the past month has been bothering me, and masculine energy is on the right, feminine energy is on the left. So I was just making note of that. And the reason I was making note of that is because I remember on earlier this month in October, we had the full moon in Aries, which also was in Libra season, which also had to do with Venus energy too. And as well as we had the 10-10 portal right behind that full moon, which took place on October the 9th. And we kind of, we did it live. If you didn't see that, go back and watch it. But but dealing with those two energies, we are entering into divine feminine season. Ooh, cars are blowing. What cars are these? That's just blowing over. The Eight of Pentacles, the Six of Swords in reverse, and the Page, not the page, yeah, the Page of Swords. But let me hold on to these because I don't need these blowing everywhere. But we're in divine feminine season, and we got divine masculine energy, whereas Libra is divine, it's masculine energy. It's a masculine sign, but it also has to deal with feminine energy too, with the scale. So it's like judging, judging both sides of aspects of yourselves, and as well as Aries, that's a masculine energy, but we're in divine feminine season, which is fall and winter. That's divine feminine season, and it's like you're walking into divine feminine season with the masculine, within union with yourself, but you're not really truly in union because you have not even a knowledge. But then again, I had the 10-10 portal, which was starting to help me to acknowledge certain things and certain aspects of myself, which was, I have been neglecting my divine masculine energy. I have been abandoned. That's the word, because I keep hearing it. So I'm going to say it. I have been abandoning my masculine energy within myself. And I did my love spell jar. And doing my love spell jar, it helped me to realize that. And so just before we got ready to leave to go to Louisiana, I remember I was in my room, and I always like just been stretching because I know my body is like tight. Like even my lower back is very stiff and it's very tight, and I know that has to do with my root chakra. And it's like, it's, when you pay attention to your body, you know exactly like what causes what. Before it become any major illness, it's just, your energy and the things that are coming to surface, and it's like you are not trying to acknowledge it, so you store it somewhere within your body, and it results into aches before it becomes something major. So I'm in my room and I'm stretching, and I'm over here and I just started acknowledging yo, my divine masculine energy is dope, but you have been overworked, you have been neglected, you have been and you did the best that you could with what you knew and what you seen and what you had as examples growing up. But it's like, it's time for you to break, it's time for you to rest, it's time for you to heal, right? And as soon as I said that, this shoulder popped. And when I say that jump felt so good, it felt amazing. I know I've been needing to go to the chiropractor, but I was like my own chiropractor that night. I put that junk, it popped. And you know how something needs to pop? That's what that was with this right shoulder. Because it started with me sleeping on it wrong. I sleep on my right side. So it's like I slept on it wrong. So now it's like I couldn't really sleep on it because it's been hurting. And it's like, that was the first sign that my divine master was like, yo, get the fuck up off me. Come on, hello. So, and that happened over a month ago. So the time to heal has to deal with divine masculine energy within itself. For those who those who are women who just like, I'm a divine feminine, I'm a divine feminine, but it's like you're both. Acknowledge your divine masculine energy within yourself. It's great that you're acknowledging your divine feminine, but now it's time to acknowledge the divine masculine. It's time to acknowledge the other half of who you are, and how that energy as well needs to heal. And whereas the divine feminine, it's time for her to step into place and do the work and really truly be that breadwinner, while the divine masculine rests and heals and be nurtured and loved on. And everything that you have been planning, been working on, and cultivating within your divine feminine energy is about to, it's receiving momentum, to where everything that you have been working towards and building towards is about to take off, and you're about to receive the blessings of your hard work. You're about to reap. You're about to harvest. You're about to, reap those different benefits. If it's making sense, comment down below and let me know if this is making sense. I just kind of been just like on chill mode. Like all weekend I've been on chill mode. Even I've been around family and, and it's so funny, like all the different synchronicities and all the different angel numbers that I've been seeing as I was traveling down the road, going to Louisiana and coming back home. And how me and my sister, we are, every time I sit right here, I got some form of a yellow jack landing on me and just cleaning itself on me before it flies away, which is all good. After having a garden, you get used to bees, because at one point I used to be scared of bees. Maybe because I used to get stung by bees. But yeah, help me. I'm trying to figure out how to explain some of the things that me and my sister, what we seen while we were in Louisiana. And how it was just in reference to our business. And y'all have always heard me say, Awaken Jewels, our metaphysical store, Black online metaphysical store. We have just basically the whole trip in itself was in alignment, even though we were going back home to celebrate my auntie transitioning over, not having to deal with this side of this bullshit that's going on, but at the same time it's beautiful shit. But at the same time, it's like you have done what you fought a good fight. You have come and you have spoken with me, touched a lot of souls, a lot of people. You have done that. Now it's time for you to go on and rest, and it's time for you to, receive your flowers and receive your due diligence, that type of energy. Yeah, it was probably sad for my other parts of my family because, mom, grandmother, at the same time, it's like when it's like you can't even, I can't feel sad for people I feel sad because they're no longer here with us on this side, but at the same time, it's like you got a higher perspective, a higher view. You my ancestors, so it's like tap in when I need to, right? that type of energy. And just like hearing, and then just hearing the little brief sermon that the minister gave over her life, it was also in alignment with business with me and my sister, and or just within the work that we're doing individually and together. It was just dope, and it was just like in alignment with what I was seeing in regards to this new moon in Scorpio, and how this new moon in Scorpio, which is right back around dealing with Pluto, because don't forget, Pluto is the ruler over Scorpio, and Pluto is all about your shadow self, the dark side of yourself that you don't own, because you don't want people to think that you're weird or think that you're crazy and think that you're not normal. And it's like, fuck them. Y'all gonna hear me say that a lot. Fuck them. So we're here in Scorpio season with this new moon in Scorpio, which is feminine energy, whereas it's also dealing with Mars going into retrograde. So Mars is a fiery masculine energy, so you got that feminine and that masculine energy again. And so it's like dealing with the Scorpio energy, this deep parts of yourself, the stuff that you keep hidden and that you don't want people to see, that's authentic to who you are. It's like this new moon in Scorpio. It's like, yo, it's time to wake that up. It's time to let all of that stuff that you try to keep hidden, it's time for you to let that go. Especially being with Mars. And I remember, I want to say I do remember the date. It was October the 13th. I remember I was down here in my room where I do most of my videos, and I was filming, and I was just kept on seeing a whole bunch of fire, and everything that the fire touched, it just burned everything down. And it was just basically showing me that fire cannot be contained. But I also remember when I was doing the all signs reading, and I was talking about the fire, it wasn't moving, it was just in this one little spot or whatever, and I kind of laughed about it, but it was just kind of like spirit showing me that you have been containing your energy, your thoughts, who you are. You have been containing it, you have been hiding it, and now we're going into this new moon in Scorpio, which has to do with your shadow, has to do with the deep, dark sides of who you are that you don't want to bring to the surface, and you don't want to bring to the light. But we also have Mars going into retrograde, and it's all about that fiery energy. And it's like this fiery energy that you try to keep hidden. You feel it rising. It's like you're fighting against it, and spirit is like, let it go. Stop trying to contain this energy and let it flow. Let it go and let it flow. That is what keeps popping out every time I keep, tapping into the energy and just, getting different downloads around it. So I just kept on seeing like this fire, and it was just like literally destroying every single thing that it touched. But as it was destroying everything that it was touched, it was like something beautiful behind it was coming behind it. Something magnificent was coming from it, from different things being burnt down. So if there's something within yourself that has been revving up and receiving some form of momentum, let the energy go. Don't try to contain it. Don't try to hide it. Don't try to fight it. Just flow with it and let it out. And within that energy, as it comes out, you'll really truly see who's really for you and who's really not. You will see that the people that's not really for you, they're just here because you're doing things to please them. And when you do stuff for you, when you let this energy go, that's going to make them walk away and leave. And that's a good thing, because you're not really for me. Because I'm not doing the things that you like. Like this right here. I know what I do, things that I do is, it may or it may not be, I don't know. I don't care to ask or to find out or just to get a full understanding, because it's like, it's my life and I'm living for me. I can't live for y'all. I don't even care to ask, because I don't care. I don't really know. But I also feel that, and also am aware that what I'm doing, and it's not acceptable. It's still attached to that slave mentality of doing it in secret because we don't want to be killed. So then now it's like you're doing it afraid. And Spirit is showing me, like, you have to release your gifts to the world, and what it is that you do, you have to let it all go, because that right there, you not doing what you love, that's what's killing you. So it's like, fuck society and what people have to say. Fuck the history. Not fuck it to the point where, you just being disrespectful, but I'm acknowledging that this is why the gifts that I have, that comes from both sides of my family, why it's really truly contained and why it is done in secret, is because we're not really, truly not far off away from slavery. And the racism, like, none of that is still very much still present and still close as shit to my ancestors. Like, to, like, literally walking around on the grave sites and just seeing, like, some of my ancestors who I remember growing up and seeing them when I was a little girl or whatever, just hearing about them, like they was literally just born off the tail end of slavery. And then now, even though you've been free, and they didn't tell us that we were free or whatever, so now it's like, now you finding out about it, so now it's like you're still free, but you're still in we're still in their world and dealing with their laws and their segregation laws and all this bull crap. Like, all of that energy is still close. So it's like, I get why the gifts and all that stuff are contained, and I get why it makes certain people around me uncomfortable. It's because when they had their gifts, they were shunned and told to be quiet because of that generational curse of trying to stay alive. And it's like, now it's like we're not in that time. It's becoming normal, but it's also being used as a pimp too. So you gotta be like, even though these are being becoming normal, and more people are coming into full understanding of it, but you also got to be careful and of those who are going to try to use you to sell you out, or to, I can't ever say the word, but to misuse you, manipulate. If you know, you know. Alright, shawty, I'm gonna move you out the sun. I hear you over here huffing and puffing. Spice, slide over. Let her get down here. Thank you. Hot box. But yes, so whatever it is that, you know, with that, I'm not trying to, I really don't want to go into those energies. I don't want to pull no cards. I just have them just in case, but I really feel that I don't want to do it. I really don't want to. I'm just here just sharing what I've been seeing in regards to my downloads around this energy. I just kind of been really on chill mode, just resting, right? Especially, I think we just got back yesterday night, and it's only Monday, and I just felt called to share my downloads. But don't contain your energy, is what Spirit is showing me with the whole Mars energy thing. Like, don't contain your energy. Let it go freely. Let it out. Let it flow. Forget what people have to say. People gonna judge. People who don't understand. People gonna judge and put themselves onto you because they are afraid to allow their true natures to show and reveal. Like, I remember I had a cousin who sat there and told me, he was like, you done you just do a lot of stuff. Because I remember telling a longtime family friend about how I was, you know, in entertainment PR, and I was like on the red carpet, all that stuff for events, restaurant openings here in Atlanta. Like if anybody are like the main, like when 2 Chainz opened up his members only event, like I was there. Like I done all of that stuff, right? And I have done a lot of stuff, and I'm aware that I have done a lot of stuff. It's because I call myself the Jill of all trades. Like I want to be able to experience life or whatever. Like I don't see myself doing one thing and one thing only, and just sticking to one career only. Like I know I probably got family members that was like, she done got her doula certification, she ain't done nothing with that, she done got this, and so what? I got it tied when I'm ready to do it, ready to work in it. Motherfucker, I'm ready to work. But I had a cousin who literally was like, you just do everything or whatever. So you just be doing a lot. And it's like, I'm not doing a lot. I'm doing what's a passion of mine at that current moment. And entertainment was a passion of mine at that moment. And I learned a lot. And I learned a lot to where I could apply it to whatever business that I put myself into. Like I know how to, if I really want to start a freaking business in hair and want to market and get interviews, and you know, get out here on these events for hair shows or anything like that, like I can literally market myself to that and get myself in position, because I know people that's around that same industry who are looking for more hot stuff and all that stuff. Like I know how to do that or whatever. So me doing just about everything, I'm doing it for a reason. Everything that I do is never, and it's always benefit me. It's never a freaking waste. So the way my cousin said it was just like, you just be doing everything, but it's like you project because you want to do everything and you're afraid to do it. So it's like, yeah, you just be doing everything. Like, yeah, you absolutely fucking right. I do everything because it's a passion of mine, and I'm always going to be doing some form of creation, some form of growth, something that's going to add something to me, instead of sitting here on the sidelines, wondering if I'm living, or just wondering, like, you know, have I been fulfilled? So yeah, that was another thing too. That was coming up. My shadow self has been triggered, and it has been triggered to the point where I almost was about to go off on people. I was like, why am I going off on people? This is something that's bothering me. That's the thing about doing shadow work. Like, when you're doing shadow work, you have to really see where things are coming from. Because when you project your shit onto other people and try to make it seem like it's them, it's really you. And that was another thing that led to me realizing that my shadow work needs some attention. But my cousin was like projecting his bullshit onto me, of saying, you just be doing everything, where he might be feeling like he's not doing everything. So the fact that I am doing everything, something that he wants to do, he tries to dim my light by saying, you just be doing everything, or whatever. And then another part of my shadow that was kind of like triggered was, I don't remember exactly what was going on, but I caught myself to realize, like, oh shit, that's like my shadow. Me being very irritated, very much so irritated with my mom. And then I had to realize, like, shit, girl, you doing the same thing as your mom too. So it's like, you can't get mad at her or get irritated with her when you do the same thing too. Because the stuff that your parents do, those are the same archetypes, those are the same characteristics and stuff that you hold and you possess. So I had to realize that. I had to catch myself. And then my sister, she kept asking me, she was like, how you just don't get bothered? Like, I'm trying to be like you. And I'm like, I had to realize, shit, I'm Martha too. I had to realize I'm her too. And the moment you own it and say that you are her too, or you are whoever your parents are, the stuff that your parents do that irritates you, till you own it and say that you are them too, you are going to forever be irritated. Now, now, mind you, too, my shadow self too, that I'm trying to come into understanding with, is because I know everybody be like, you know, I preach that unconditional love and having compassion for people, but at the same time, my shadow is like, motherfucker, if you do your work and do your healing, we won't be sitting here getting on each other's nerves. Like, because I'm over here in the midst of me doing my motherfucking healing and my motherfucking doing my work and recognizing that I am like my mother, but still at the same time, she's still poking and pushing buttons and stuff. And it's like, I'm human. You know how the Bible says Jesus told Paul to turn the other cheek. I only got two. So what other cheeks I'm going to give you? My ass cheeks. Because once you hit them two, I'm out of that. And now my back up against the wall. And now I'm ready to fucking snap. That's my shadow. Like, me understanding that, okay, motherfucker, I can give you the compassion and the unconditional love, because I realize in that, okay, you're not on that level yet. And I'm saying this in general with any and everybody, because it's, for me, my trigger starts with my mom, because it's my mom. My mom can get to me before a motherfucker walking down the street can get to me. That's just me. So it will start with my mom. So when so the triggers was starting with my mom, and I'm realizing, okay, that's me too. Like, I'm holding these little characteristics too, and these little traits that I'm also seeing in my mom, and I'm also seeing in other people. And it's kind of like, you know, when I was seeing it in other people, it wasn't really bothering me, because who the fuck are you? Well, that's how I look at it. Like, who are you? No one to me. But so then my mom starts to do the same thing. So then that was got to me. So that would make me realize, okay, this is another part of my shadow self that needs to do more work. And as well as like me just, you know, just becoming aware of the love spell jar that I talked about. Like I told you, it's going to be bringing up a lot of stuff. It's going to be triggering you and helping you to purge, so that way that you can really truly come into union and really truly work on your self-love journey and stuff like that. So it's a lot of energy taking place. Like I realize I'm almost like 45 minutes of just me talking and rambling, and I'm not trying to make this video that super duper long, but I just kind of just wanted to just come in on the updates and get this out here and get it on YouTube, so that way I can have some content for the week, because I'm not ready to release the pick of cards. Like the pick of cards that I have that are coming, they're going to be coming. So yeah. I hope y'all got some value out of that. And just kind of just, you know, chill out and just talk and vibe and connect without pulling cards. That's what I really wanted to do. So be on the lookout for the pick a card that I have coming up later on this week, and as well as more content, more things that's going to be dropping. If you resonated with this video and you vibe with it, you got the messages, be sure to like it, be sure to comment down below. And if anything resonated, make sure you go and look in my links and, you know, help support this channel if you feel called to. No pressure, none of those things like that. So I'm gonna get up out of here. Peace.